Good morning, guys. This is Angel bringing you another video of my garden, and this is gonna be on the month of June video tour. And I'm gonna start by showing you one of my secrets of my success around my garden, and that is attracting pollinators into my yard. Very important. I'm gonna be making a video on that subject very shortly, so stay tuned for that one. And that is what you can do to attract pollinators. And it's very important because the population of bees is not very great in my neighborhood. I think it's the same problem all over the country. The bees, for some reason, they are disappearing, and that is the secret to any garden, to have pollinators. That way you can have a great success on your harvest every year. But one of the things I do is that I plant wildflowers all over the house. And as you can see, the one in front of you, I don't know the name of this one in English. My English vocabulary is not very great, so if you guys can come up with a name for this particular flower, you can drop them in the comment section so we can benefit. But I know in Spanish they call them, I believe they call them Vara de Jose or Malva or something like that. My mom used to call it Malva. Anyways, so this flower here, this particular plant doesn't require that much water. It just grows wild, and it doesn't require any amendments. And as you can see, it is attracting lots of bees. Also, another plant that you can plant around the house is the sunflowers. That bad boy right there, just a few minutes ago, it had a lot of bees, and still has some, but I don't know if you guys can see it. The camera is not focusing, but there are still at least 3 bees right there pollinating or extracting the juice out of that plant. Another thing that is gonna be included on my garden tour for the month of June is my fruit trees. In the past, you guys have seen some glance of the trees that I'm growing around my house, but my videos are so short, and I never get a chance to really talk about my fruit trees. But this is my nectarine. This tree is about, I think it's going on 9 years old. This tree right here, when I first planted it, was nothing but a little branch like this one that I bought, a little tree that I bought from Lowe's. I think I paid like $10 for it. Now it has grown into a monster, and as you can see, I did not train this tree very well. That's not supposed to be done, guys. If you are going to be growing a tree as a small plant, you need to grow it as a single stem. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a moment. This one, I just let it go 8-9 years ago, 5 years ago. I didn't know what I was doing. But now all I can do is just making sure that the center is cleared. That way the tree can get plenty of airflow and plenty of sunlight for best production. But this tree is supposed to be one single stem, and just let it branch out towards the end, towards the top. As you can see, in another 30 days or so, I'm going to be harvesting my nectarines. They are very sweet. This tree has not been amended whatsoever for the past 9 years. And as I mentioned on the my previous video about amending soil, all I do is I just drop all my my clippings, my dead branches, my kitchen waste onto the bottom of the at the base of the tree, and that's how I got this result right here in the middle of the high desert. As you can see, no amendments whatsoever. This tree doesn't get any type of disease whatsoever. No bugs, no aphids, nothing. This tree is super very healthy for the most part. The only problem I have is just that it just produces too many fruit, and the branches just can't handle it, can't handle the weight. So I have to come out here and somehow secure it so the branches don't break off, like you have seen in the past videos. Now let me take you to another tree that I have on the other side. This is another tree that I'm growing. As you have seen on previous videos, this is my plum tree. These guys are so delicious, very juicy. The tree itself is very productive, and I practice the same thing. No amendments whatsoever, and no disease on the leaves, no sunburn, no bugs, no aphids. These guys are very healthy. I really have no complaints on my plum trees. From time to time I do see some black tiny little flies that accumulate at the very top of the young shoots. But if that ever happens to you on plums, all you gotta do is just grab your garden hose and just hose them off, and they pretty much fall on the ground, and they don't make it back. They don't make them back to the tree. But that's probably basically the only problem. And the black aphids are gonna be concentrated at the very top of the young shoots, the new growth. But that's it. Hose them off just one time during the growing season, and that's it. That will do it. They have not come back. I have not seen them this year. So I don't know what happened to them, but I'm not gonna miss them at all. But I do not spray any pesticides, nothing. This thing is so 100% organic. I don't use any amendments, and I practice the same method. Just concentrate all the dead leaves, branches, and kitchen waste, everything at the bottom of the at the base of the tree, and that does it for the most part. As you guys, some of you guys already know, this plum tree has a companion tree, which is this one right here. That is a peach tree that was started from seed and is sharing the same root ball with the plum tree, and they get along just fine, and I get to have two harvests at the same time. Look at that. See, those are the peaches right here. And I don't know, there's a lot of gardeners out there that recommend for the trees to be spaced out at a certain distance so you can have good production. But I don't know, that's not the case on this tree, because either tree is producing lots of fruit, peaches and plums, sharing the same root ball. And I'm gonna make a video also on spacing trees and what people are recommending out there. Me, I don't know who to believe, but this is a big proof right here. I think my thing is that if you feed your plants plenty, they can grow together with no problems whatsoever. So you can see, got no problems growing two trees side by side in my yard. These guys are the I call them the Pineda peaches. That's my last name, and I call them that because I started this plant from seed. It was an actual peach that I bought from the Superior store, Came back home, I ate the fruit, put it on the ground quite by accident. It was not, it was intentionally. It wasn't intentional that I dropped the seed. It was, I do what I always do, you know. I drop every single organic matter onto my compost pile at the base of every tree, and that's the result right here. The thing was producing fruit within the first 4 years, believe it or not. I was already harvesting peaches, the Pineda peaches off of the tree. And let's see what else I have on the other side. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce Nala. Hey Nala. Hey baby, say hi. This is my, I don't want to call her my companion pet in my yard because she's not. I'll be lying. She, as soon as I open up the door, she runs back to mommy. She's a mama's girl. I wish she was my companion so I can include her on my videos, but no. She's not a very loyal dog to me. As soon as I open up the door, she runs back inside to mommy. Anyways, going back to the video, let me show you another tree that I have. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. When you start a young plant from either from seed, or if you buy it from Lowe's or Home Depot, it has to grow straight up like that, single stem, all the way up, and just let it branch out toward the top. If I would have known, if I would have practiced this method when I first planted my nectarine tree, I would not have that messy tree that I call it. I still love it, but this is how it's supposed to be done. As the plant grows, what you want to do is that you're going to have side shoots all over the place. You just want to scrape them off. Just take them off with your finger, your fingernails, or pliers or scissors, whatever you have, and just keep trimming it. And don't worry, you're not going to hurt the plant, because as you can see, the plant, it encourages more growth towards the top, as you can see on this one. This is a nectarine tree from a seed that I collected from the tree that I have, that I was just showing you earlier. I ate the seed, I ate the fruit, I'm sorry, and I just decided to put it right there, and it came back. Look at this. And I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if this thing doesn't start putting out fruit within 3 to 4 years, like my peach tree did, that I just showed you a little while ago. So this is how it's supposed to be done, guys. Side shoots, trim them, just like if you would a tomato plant. And same thing with a tree. You just want one single, and you also want to secure it, like I did here with this metal bar, because the winds can get pretty strong up here in the high desert. So as you can see, I'm gonna be eating those peaches. Probably this thing is already, it's going on 1.5 years. Believe it or not, that tree is only 1.5 years old. Yep, 1.5 years old, and it's already putting out lots of growth, as you can see. The grapevines. This last year, my grapevines, I made a big mistake. I followed a recommendation on YouTube to remove the excess branches that the vine was putting out. I removed almost everything. I swear to you guys, I removed, I think, about 75% of the foliage off the tree. And according to the recommendation, that was supposed to it was supposed to encourage more growth of your grapes, of your clusters. It was supposed to concentrate all the energy towards the clusters. And guess what? That was a really, really bad idea, because by the time June, July came around, because of the heat up here in the high desert, I pretty much fried all my grapes. They didn't grow they didn't grow at all. They just remained about just half the size of of an average grape. The cucumbers are doing great. Last time I showed you guys a video on the cucumbers, they were just barely starting to develop flowers. But now the cucumbers, as you can see, this one here is already almost, I don't know, it's getting pretty large. This is the Japanese cucumber. The two plants that I'm growing side by side in pots, as I had mentioned in previous videos. As you can see, this one here with the poor soil is still winning the race. But the one that I have planted here is a different variety of cucumbers. But this one here is catching up with this one. This one is the premium Miracle Grow soil. Nothing else added to it, just the premium soil. And this one is nothing but lawn soil mix. And as you can see, there's not much difference. That's my big point right there. You really don't have to go out of your way and start spending so much money on soil amendments. The beans, green beans, they finally decided to put out green beans. As you can see, very soon I'm gonna start making my first harvest video on green beans. These guys are so delicious, especially if you grow them naturally, 100% organic. These guys were I started I think about a month ago, and they are doing excellent. Some of them I planted them directly on the ground, and some of them were started in little cells with using peat moss. And as you can see, there's not much difference between the two. This guy here was started in cells with peat moss, and this guy right here was started directly on the ground. So there's not much difference. And once again, this soil has not been amended. Look at that, sandy soil and a combination of just dead leaves and branches and whatnot. Tomatoes. Let's talk about tomatoes, guys. When I first, at the beginning of the season, I mentioned that I was gonna give up growing tomatoes because at least this year, because the raised beds that I had assigned for them, I put the lawn soil mix, and a lot of the plants were not doing great, so I had to disperse them all over the yard, and I planted them directly on very poor soil. But look at this! Oh my goodness! I'm 5'8", and right now this one right here is already almost my height, and as you can see, that's for the rest of them. These things are becoming monsters, as you can see, and they don't need a special soil. They do not need any amendments whatsoever. The shade cloth is helping a lot with the progress. But if I was to go around the yard where I do not have the shade cloth, it's the same scenario for the tomatoes. Look at the size of the leaves of this tomato variety right here. Look at that monster. Those are gonna be the brandywines. I'm also growing the some of the Cherokee purples and some of the German Johnsons. As you can see, you can tell by looking at the size of the leaves. They're just humongous. But 75%, actually 80% of my tomatoes this year is gonna be cherry varieties. I'm growing 8 different varieties of the cherry tomatoes, including the sun gold that I've been showing on previous videos. The nasturtiums, I made a couple of videos if you guys want to check them out on how to grow nasturtiums in the high desert. Well, here it is. There's a lot of gardeners out there that keep saying that nasturtiums only like the cool temperatures, but I don't know who to believe anymore, because who wants to bet that I'm gonna be able to see nasturtium flowers under 106 Fahrenheit weather? Well, stay tuned for that video, because I will be making a follow-up video on the nasturtiums. And probably towards the middle of June or the beginning of July, the temperatures up here in the high desert, they're going to increase. And I have no doubt that I'm going to see these plants right here producing beautiful nasturtium colors, flowers. Because there's like 6 different varieties just in this single pot. The peppers are doing excellent. I trimmed them. I topped them about, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And as you can see, they were about this size when I topped them. And after that, just like I said, the plant put out lots of different shoots after I topped them. See this plant right here, as you can see, when I topped them, they were, this is the cut right here that I made right around there. As you can see, instead of having one single plant, now I'm gonna have, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. So just like I said in previous videos, I increased the volume of production just by simply doing a cut right there. And it's the same scenario with all of them. Look at those, all those side shoots. This thing is packed with flowers, and I'm very happy I did that. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I've been noticing that a lot of people are subscribing to it, and they're leaving very nice comments, very nice suggestions. That is what this channel is all about, to be part of a community, to grow as a community of gardeners, and that's why I do it. Don't forget to smash the bell notification, the notification bell. I'm uploading videos at least 2 or 3 a week. I used to upload more, but I've been called back to work, so I don't have that much time anymore. But I will be trying to post at least 2 or 3 videos per week, and one video tour, 1 or 2 video tours every month. Check out my Italian squash. They are doing awesome. They're doing excellent. But I made a mistake, and I did not give this raised bed very good maintenance. And right now there's a lot of weed, flower plants, beans, cucumber plants in between, zinnias, and everything is overcrowding my squash. But I'm just gonna leave them alone. I'm just gonna let them grow as a companion planting and see what happens. And also the zucchini. I've been showing my other type of zucchinis on the other side of the yard, but this is the first time that I show this variety. It's called the Italian squash. They are quite delicious. I'm gonna be harvesting those maybe in the next couple of days. And I have also interplanted zucchinis along this same raised bed. And yeah, this raised bed is a mess. My bad, but oh well. I have plenty of more on the other side. The potatoes that I'm growing on this side of the yard, they are also doing great. This raised bed is a mess. I really need to come out here and do some thinning, because I don't want to be attracting any snakes or anything in this when I get bit by bugs or anything scary out here. Let me see what else I have. I have not been showing this side of the yard very much, but this is a raised bed that was assigned for cucumbers and squash. But I had to come up with a different plan and try to rescue a lot of the tomato vines, so they were transplanted onto this raised bed. And to my surprise, this soil has not been amended. It's just a combination of sandy soil, native soil, and some dead leaves and branches from last year. And that's pretty much all it is. And to my surprise, look at this. Look at the results. I'm very, very, very glad that a lot of these plants didn't get composted, because I would have lost all these cherry tomatoes. But it's always a good idea to, when you start a garden at the beginning of the year, when you're starting your seedlings, it's always a good idea to plant abundance, because you never know if you're gonna have a problem, and you always want to have backup plants. That way you don't lose your harvest in that year, just like I did. Look at this. I was able to rescue all these tomato plants, and I'm glad I did so. And once again, no amending on the soil whatsoever. And look at that. Check out the production of those cherries right there. Beautiful, beautiful plants. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably the sun gold tomatoes. Let me show you one more raised bed on the other side. Oh, by the way, these guys right here, believe it or not, there's 5 tomato vines along this fence right here. But unfortunately, a lot of the flowers that come back every year are taking over the raised bed. I'm gonna leave those alone. I already have plenty of tomato vines, so I really like to keep those flowers on this part of the yard. It looks quite beautiful. They last throughout the summer under extreme temperatures. This part of the yard remains nice, and these flowers, the plants put out red and yellow flowers, and it's quite a scenery. It would be a waste to dispose those plants just because I want to save 5 tomato vines. Some of the vines are already taller, so a lot of these I should be able to harvest some of those tomatoes. And this is another section that I hardly ever show on my videos, and that is because, oh my goodness, this part of the yard gets a lot of sunlight. It gets very hot, and my videos come out very bright because of the sun that hits right there. So right now I was able to take this opportunity because it's kind of cloudy today, and it's not very hot. So this is another side of the yard. This is the south part of my house, where, as you can see, more tomatoes that were rescued from other raised beds. Oh my goodness, look at that. I think I'm gonna be able to harvest my first sun gold. Oh wow, check that out. Right on time for my video tour. And let me see, yep, that is a sun gold, all right. These guys are so sweet. I was very successful last year growing the sun golds tomatoes. Very delicious, a very prolific plant. I really recommend the sun golds. They're so delicious. Let me give it a taste. Wow. My first tomato from my garden in 2020. Oh my goodness. the fruit of my labor. I wanted to take this opportunity to apologize to everybody if my videos get cut out towards the end of my filming, and that happens because my phone overheats. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but my phone, I can only record for about no more than 15 minutes, and it overheats so bad that my videos get interrupted, and I don't get a chance to do a proper ending on it. It's not that I'm trying to be rude, but if you guys have any suggestions on how to do it without overheating your phone, please leave a suggestion in the comment section. I do have other cameras that I can use to record my videos. I have a GoPro, but for some reason I get this really bad sound sometimes. The microphones are so sensitive and you can hear almost everything. So it's not GoPros are not intended to make YouTube videos. So I also have another Sony camera that I can bring out here, and it doesn't overheat, but that requires for me to be doing editing, and every time I make a video, and I just don't have the time to be doing that. That's the reason why I just use my phone, and that's the reason why I hardly ever edit my videos. I just drop them raw, just the way I record them. And that's the reason why in some cases you're gonna hear me quoting the wrong dates, using the wrong words or impressions, and for that I apologize. But the easiest way for me to make my content is just to make a raw video and just upload it just the way it is, and that's how I've been doing it for the longest time. But if you have any suggestions about keeping my phone cool, so I can keep doing what I'm doing without having to edit, that would be great. I would really appreciate it. Like right now, I had to literally, this is the third time that I have to go back inside the house, wait for my phone to cool down so I can finish this update video for the month of June. So I'm about to end it, and I want to thank you guys for watching my videos and for all your comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and also leave your suggestions and opinions. This is what's all about. Building a community up here in the high desert or anywhere in the world where they have the same temperatures. Let me take you to the front of the house where I'm also growing lots of stuff, and that's where I'll be ending this video tour for the month of June. I've been showing this row of corn from the beginning of this year, and this is the update right now on the corn, even though I've been showing it almost on every of my videos because I'm very excited about this. First time I grow corn in this area. Actually, this is the first time I grow corn, period, and I'm very excited about it. I had to put this string all the way across because the winds have been so strong that all the plants were leaning over this way. They were literally just falling over, so I had to somehow secure it. And the zinnias are also growing along really nice. Very soon I'm not gonna be able to walk through this pathway. As you can see, it's already taking over my this side of the yard. Hey, brother.
Hi. So, our regular guy is on.
Sorry, I was just interrupted. So, anyways, so this is the progress of my zinnias, the corn. So far, I don't have any complaints, and I want to show you something. I'm very excited because the corn is already going to flower. Look at that. Isn't that awesome or what? And for what I can see, the corn, it's already producing those side shoots right there. I never grew corn in my life, so I believe that would be the fruit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know what is going to happen. And once again, I'm not amending this corn, these plants whatsoever. It's all natural, all organic. No amendments whatsoever. And look at that. My corn is going to flower. I am so excited about this. Corn can be cheap. You can just go to the store and buy. Sometimes you can find them for like $3, $4 for $1. But oh my goodness, to be able to grow your own and your own corn and taste it, that, my friends, is priceless. See, look at this. The string is doing a good job securing the plants in place. Some of them have falling over, as you can see. That's the strong winds that we've been having up here in the high desert. Look at the diameter of this stalk right here. That's pretty nice, guys. And the strawberries are still producing, even though it's been very hot. But from time to time, I come out here and look for strawberries, and I just eat them right off the plants, just like this one right here. Look for bugs, no slugs. Yummy. The fruit of my labor right there. If you guys are not gardening yet, you need to start doing it. There's nothing better to come out here and eat fresh produce right off your yard. And knowing that all the stuff that you're putting on your soil is 100% organic and no fertilizers, not synthetic fertilizers that they can cause harm to your health down the road. Thank you guys for watching. This is the last raised bed that I'm going to be showing you on this video tour, month of June. I already harvested some zucchini a couple of days ago, and I already ate them. There were 3 of them. I didn't let them grow too big. I'm gonna be careful, and I'm just gonna harvest them right about this size right here. And this is how I do it. Twist it so the plant doesn't get damaged. And voila, look at that. That is the perfect size for a zucchini to be harvested. If you wait any longer, this bad boy is going to turn into a monster, and you don't want that. You can still eat it or give it away to your neighbors or whatnot, but this is how I do it. I have plenty of those to go around, so I have that luxury. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end this video because I think it already went too long. YouTube already allowed me to make videos longer than 15 minutes. That's why I'm taking this luxury this time. But thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so, and don't forget to leave your notification bell, and so you can be updated when I'm uploading more videos. Thank you guys for liking my videos. It's always nice to see the likes. If you like this content, please put some likes, and that keeps me motivated to make more videos in the future. And thank you for watching. If you have any comments, any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you guys want to leave any suggestions on how I can improve my the quality of my videos, I would really also appreciate your comments and suggestions. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for liking my videos, and until then, I will see you on the next video. Thank you all for watching. You all have a good day. Bye bye now.